Hey guys, Tacoma Comics here, and I am live with Pick of the Week 15 and a little haul. This is impromptu. There was no warning that I was going to do this. I just got home, snapped on the computer. Why? Because I'm up to Pick of the Week 16, and I'm still and I haven't even read the comics. I got last Wednesday's comics yesterday, and I haven't even done for 2 weeks ago. So sometime tomorrow, I probably have to do Pick of the Week 16, and then in 2 days I'll get the comics for Pick of the Week 17. So I'm a little behind, and I apologize for anybody who's been following this. I really appreciate it, and I did say I was going to try to stay on a weekly schedule, but it's hard. You guys all have things to do, and I totally understand. And I'll tell you what, I was not impressed with the Pick of the Weeks. For this is 2 Wednesdays ago, so I ain't going to give you a date on that. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, minus 7, the 17th, the 10th. This is from April 10th, believe it or not. And so let's see what comics came out that week, and we'll take a look at what I chose as my pick of the week. There was Batman 68, kind of little funny follow-up on the Double Date issue. There is Wonder Twins 3, a cool variant where Gleek appeared. Female Furies 3, which continued this pretty cool story. And Darth Vader Dark Visions 2, which continued these kind of like side stories with Darth Vader. So let's just go through them quickly. Darth Vader Dark Visions. This was a typical story, right? Guy tries all this crazy stuff to please Vader. In the end, he ends up making a bigger hash of it. Vader comes and kills him. The end. I don't have anything else to say. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. You've seen it before if you're as old as me and you've been through Star Wars. It was there. Female Furies. I still like this story. I still like the what turned Granny Goodness into this crazed, maniacal, evil, harsh woman, and how did that affect other people? And it's a good story. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good. Wonder Twins. There's Gleek, the space monkey. This continued the Wonder Twins, and there's a bad guy group that's like the B League or the minor league for the Hall of Doom. And it's kind of funny watching them. And there's some commentary on prison. So some nice social commentary from Mark Russell, which he's very good at. And it's got Gleek in. And then, Tom King, I know a lot of people don't like his Batman. I like his Batman a lot. This is like the throwback to the bachelorette party where the girls are having a great time, and the bachelor party where Superman and Batman, or Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, are just totally, absolutely having a horrible, boring time. As is their nature, I suppose. It was good. It wasn't great. My pick of the week, number 15 for April 10th, and yes, I'm going back a week and a half because, like I said, I'm behind, is Wonder Twins. Why? Because Gleek the Space Monkey is there. If you're of a certain age, my age, and you grew up watching the Super Friends cartoon on WABC, your local Channel 7 affiliate, you loved Zan and Jaina, the Wonder Twins, and the Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina, and the and Gleek the space monkey. You just did. And the fact that Gleek is there is just a nice little throwback, and that's all I needed, honestly, like, to make it my pick of the week. I didn't think any of the comics were too strong this week, so there you go. Let's see who's in the chat. Absolutely nobody, and that's okay. So watching some interesting videos that Epicurean Eye Relief put out about sex within the comic book community, but then it really segued to how to make your channel more appealing to people. And the gosh honest truth is, I'm not in here for the numbers or for anything other than I like to talk about comics. And sometimes I like to talk to myself just to get ideas out. And that's what this is when there's nobody in the chat. But other times, like yesterday, I had one of the most amazing chats. I had John's Comics with Kids, D Comic Queen, and Bear Island Comics were there. And the four of us discussed Die issues 1 through 5 for an hour and a half. And, it just blew my mind with happiness. I want to send a thank you shout out to those guys. they enriched my understanding and my appreciation of the comic. They brought up things I didn't think of, angles I didn't think of, ideas I didn't think of, and that was really special to me. And then icing on top of the cake, I get a comment on my Instagram post that was promoting the show, and the comment was from some young lady named Stephanie Hans. Stephanie Hans, the artist extraordinaire, artist on Die, said, "Hey, I'm watching your show, and I really like it." So she didn't watch it live, but she watched the rewind and commented on it, and we were all like, "Oh my gosh!" So the real hope would be to get her, Kieran, or both of them to join us. We're planning already to do dissections with Bear Island Comics. Word for it, dissections of each issue as they come out, and then to do again a recap when they do 6 through 10, and that would just be brilliant. So let's move on. Went to local comic book shop today. Feeling a little under the weather. Took the day off. My wife has data days, what they call it in Tacoma, where teachers go in and kids don't. And so I've said I'm not feeling well. I might as well stay home and take care of the kids. So I went by one LCS. When I say not my LCS, I have pull list at my LCS, but I've pointed out I'm lucky enough to have 3 LCSs in Tacoma. So I picked up Daredevil 2 and Daredevil 3. I've got a couple of copies of issue 1. Shout out David Seeking Nearmint Comics, who gave me one of the exclusives for that. And I really liked issue 1. I got my own copy. Chip signed those, so I was like, yay! So that was pretty cool. Wicked and Divine. This is cover C for issue 27. I didn't have my list with me, so I might have issue 27, but I definitely didn't recognize this cover. And now that I see it's cover C, I know why I didn't recognize it. So I either got a new copy to help fill out my run, or a copy that I didn't have. And then right here, cover A of issue 28, 27, 28. Those are $1 each. I had them in like the back issue bins. Thought that was pretty cool. And then let's take a look at the haul. Pretty happy with the haul. It contained a whole bunch of New Mutants, including this one, which I did not have. The Marvel 25th anniversary. I'm collecting all those. I think I'm getting close to only needing the Care Bears and is it the He-Man? I think whatever it was, the two like harder to find ones because they were the kids comics. Then I got all the Sankovic covers that I didn't have. 22, 24, 27 I already had. They didn't have 25 or 26 there, or somebody got to them before me. 28, 30. 31, and then I got some of the earlier issues that I was missing as well, which is like 5, 6. Apparently they take on Silver Samurai. 7, 10. They didn't have 14, 17, and 2. So that was kind of cool. I was pretty excited by that. Nice little run. So I probably have 1 through 30, and that's good enough for me. That's kind of what I remember reading as a kid. And with some of these older comics, my goal is really just to, relive the youth. I'm not looking to collect, I've already sold like a copy of 86 or 80, 87. Yeah, 86, the cameo of Cable, and 87, the second print. So I wasn't like, it wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to collect this for the collecting value. I got plenty of other stuff I'm collecting to collect. This is really, I'm collecting to read and to have, not to like fill out those hot keys of New Mutants, of which there certainly are a lot. Hello, Farley. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, it's you know what? It was really fun. The thing that got me is my first crush, a young lady by the name of Kitty Pryde. She was really upset when New Mutants came out. After about a few issues in, she was sent down to that team, and boy, was she ticked off. She's like, I've been a superhero with the X-Men. I can't go down to the baby team. And Professor X, he's like, well, listen, this is where you belong, Miss Pryde. And Storm is like, kitten, you must go and learn and all that sort of stuff. So I just remember that as like the main part. I certainly wasn't reading it until like 1990 when Deadpool came out. I was reading it like 86, 87, 88. So I don't know when I stopped, but issue 1 through 30 feels like where I belong there. I don't know how. I got to look this up. I've got like 1 through 13 of this. I definitely didn't have 18, but it's got Moondragon. It's one of my favorite like minor characters. So I'm pretty excited to have that. They also had an extra copy of 12, which is a minor key, and I might want to check out for $1, but I didn't, and it's not worth going back to get. This I was really excited because the last time they had these, they certainly cost a lot more. But I got Sex Criminals 4, Sex Criminals 2, sorry, 3. I can't count. And Sex Criminals 2. Farley, I don't. I have like issue 1 through 12, just to have like those early X-Force special ones. That might be something I sell at some point. Because they're not something that like I read originally. They're not something I look back on like, wow, you know. So I've got X Force 2 because it's this or 3, whatever it is, the second appearance of Deadpool. I've got the 8 and 11, the Domino ones. But it's not something that I'm like totally into. I'll certainly let you know, and it'll probably, if I do sell them, it'll be on All About Comics auction, but it won't be tomorrow or Wednesday, 2 days from now. So don't worry about that. I wouldn't short you like that. I'll let you know if those do go up. This is a nice Greg Land cover. So I think that, X-Men, I don't care too much about issue 1 through 93. My heart and soul and my original comics love lies with Giant Size X-Men 1 and then issue 94 through 279, where Chris Claremont led off. And then following 279, it still has that older, I don't know what the 80s or bronze or copper, but that feel until about issue 317. And then it really changed. It became very 90s. But these late 2000s that Fraction did, is an excellent run, and I'm just starting to pick those up. I only have a few of them, but I really love what he's doing with these. Oh, cool. It's good to know, Farley. I always like to hear from people. I've had one issue with shipping a couple of weeks ago, and then another issue where a guy was like, hey, I never got that comic, and did some research. Turned out like his whole building got robbed, and I felt horrible because one of my packages, but he also like was missing 3 other packages from the community. So, it's horrible, but I pride myself on shipping out good stuff and shipping it out in good condition. So please let me know if you're ever less than satisfied, because I think, we stay away from eBay in order to in order to not be hoodwinked by that. Which, before I finish this off, I have a question for the chat or anybody watching this in rewind. I put up Naomi #1 on eBay. I had 2 copies. I had an extra, and it's selling like hotcakes. So I'm like, cool, I can flip $4 into $60. I'll do that. I think anybody would if they didn't want to hold on the comic or they had an extra. And so I put it up with a buy it now at 60, and I listed the auction starting at $1. 3 days. I put it up Friday. It ends sometime today, in the next few minutes. The buy it now is $60. Right now, the auction price is 71. It was at 51 since like yesterday afternoon. And then this morning, somebody bid 65. I don't know if they didn't see the buy it now or they missed it. And then somebody went 66 and then somebody went 71. So if anybody knows, like, can somebody overbid the buy it now and deactivate the buy it now? Oh, I just got a PayPal notification. So somebody purchased this. Let's see. Whoa. You got I'm not okay. I'm sorry. This is a horrible, like, this is bad YouTubing, but this just went for $113. 107 plus shipping. I kid you not. Can you also, no, you can't see that. You can't see it. So they went over the buy it now. Somebody could have had this for $60. Omega, how you doing, my friend? Somebody could have had this for $60 by clicking the buy it now. Somebody bid 65. I just sold a Naomi #1 first print for $107. That's insane. I didn't buy it because it was a spec book. I bought it because I like Bendis's writing, and I'm like, and this is raw. This is raw. It's signed by David Walker. It's a good condition. It kept it in good condition, but I'm shocked. I'm not trying to show off to anybody. I'm literally shocked and confused. How it went so high. Somebody could have had it for $40 less by hitting the buy it now. Once it's been on at all, I didn't. Okay, I thought the buy it now was there. Like, okay, somebody should have taken that buy it now. Holy cow! So my son's got a ripped up copy. I'm gonna tell him to put up there. Omega, it's Tacoma Comics, but I don't put much up. You know, I I hate I can't say hate. I don't like eBay because the stuff I put up for auction, right? I've got, let's say I get 4 comics I find at half price books for $2 each, and that's $8. And then I get my teacher's discount of 80 cents. So that's $7.20. If I look for bargains, like let's go back to the sex criminals, right? This is not number one, but I might be able to get 10 or $15 for these three, right? Because they're still a great comic, still really funny, still great art and writing. Um, uh, and it's just it's good stuff. They're in good condition, but and Matt and Kelly have some sort of TV deal, but nobody's saying what the book is. So I might get $10 or $15 for that. On eBay, $15, right? I got a deal with eBay. I've got to pay their whatever percentage they charge for me. So the only reason that Naomi I put up because I heard it was going high, and if I put that on auction, like Poor Man Comic got sold his for $20, and Jason, that's probably what it's worth, right? It's not $100 book. Holy cow! So some things I throw up on eBay. If it's a big dollar book, it's taken off like crazies, Farley. So what happened was about a week ago, Key Collector Comics put out an alert for Action Comics 1002 variant cover, I think. And it had a picture of Superman on the cover holding a baby or a little girl that they spec'd was Naomi, because there's some connection to Superman and Naomi. Bendis came out and said that is not Naomi at all. Uh, Stop saying that's Naomi. It's not. But Key Collector Comics said, okay, Bendis says it's not Naomi. But then they pointed out that Action Comic books kept rising. And then they pointed out that there's some similarity in jewelry and in like costume design or like clothing colors. And they kind of kept going. But oh, awesome. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see what you took, if anything, and what you put in. I know it's been busy for everybody. But so the Action Comics went up and then died down a little, but it hasn't gone all the way down. And now the Naomi's have just taken off, and I guess I was buying it from an LCS. I didn't actually have it on my pull list, so I missed Naomi 4, so I don't even know what happened. But it's this slow, like build of the story. It's a great story. I think Bendis and Walker are writing the heck out of it. It's interesting. There's something going on. My son even just said on the ride home from his friend's house earlier today, he's like, I can really relate to the way Naomi's feeling, not knowing what's going on. So clearly it's hitting good notes, but maybe it should be a $5 comic. I don't know. But for some reason, and I think it's because people think there's a Superman connection. And, the story so far is Superman appeared in her town about the time when Naomi was first adopted or first brought home. And now her parents apparently are aliens and there's something going on. But I mean, for a book 4 issues in to sell for $107, whoo, I might, no, I'm going to keep it. Forget that. I'm going to keep it. So I have the variant, and I actually kept the variant. And the variant doesn't sell as well as the A cover, but they're both first printing, so that's even weirder to me. So yeah, that's the story on that. I don't have much more of a story for you. Malekith, what was the first appearance of Malekith, Farley? Let us know. This name sounds really familiar, but I can't quite get it. By the way, before I finish up this poll, Poor Man's Comics is talking about the community box. If you missed my live show last week, I had a box of comics, like minor keys, runs that I didn't want, stuff that I bought that I don't really want, that's not worth auctioning off. And I just sent it off. I sent it off to a Poor Man's Comics, and I sent one off to Pop Dot Comics. And I said, hey guys, take this box and take any comics you want. And the only rule, and I can't even enforce the rules, but the only rule is however many you take out, you put that many in, you do a video about it, and then you seal it up and send it off to somebody else. Oh, 344. Okay, yeah. So I've got in this box, Farley, is one of the more recent Thor runs with Thor 22. That was the first appearance of Cinder, who's supposedly the bad being in War of Realms. And so, that was one of those books that I'm talking about. I bought it for $2, thinking if this becomes a big hit, I could sell it for $10. And then I'm tired of buying for 2, selling for 10. I'd rather buy for 5, sell for 107. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I need to limit the crap I buy at half price books, unless it's for myself or unless it's a really good deal that I know somebody's going to want at a good price. So I put that Thor 22 first appearance of Cinder, and I put a bunch of other stuff in those boxes, and just have at it. I think I would get more enjoyment out of watching people open stuff, take stuff that I've given them, put stuff in, send it on to somebody else, and watch the next person and the next person, the next person. It's worth a lot more to me than $10 or $15. Maybe not worth more than $100, but worth more than 10 or 15. All right, my friends. I've always loved DMZ, and to find DMZ #1 for half off cover price, I'm pretty darn happy. I get a second copy of that. Libby, stop. You're okay. You're okay, girl. Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown. I love this series. I think I've got 1 through 3. Getting #4 is really cool. Written by Walter and Louise Simonson. Great husband and wife team that worked for Marvel. I'll bet you I have this, but for some reason my list says I don't have this. So 73. I've got almost everything from 1 through 100. The 1 and 2 are in crappy condition. My wife's home, so it's good that I'm ending this up. I'll always pick up a little J. Scott Campbell Spider-Gwen. I thought that was a pretty cool variant. And I found this one, which is the Killer Be Killed Walking Dead homage. I thought that was pretty cool. I've wanted that one for a while. Grab this because there's supposed to be some minor appearance in it. I guess this is X-Men 327. This is when I was saying that, after 320, and this is 327, X-Men got there. Picked this up for my classroom just because it's ripped to heck, but it's 50 cents or 25 cents, and I'm doing that whole classroom thing. And then finally, grabbed myself Curse Words, 25 cents, 50 cents. This is the holiday special. This is a great read by Ryan Brown and Charles. Oh, sorry. Ryan Brown's not on this one. Charles Soule and Mike Norton on the holiday special. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. And so that's it. So yeah, great thing that happened with Stephanie Hans. Nice little dollar book haul from half price. There's my pick of the week. There's my explanation in community. There's my talking to the 4 people in the chat. Thank you very much, Farley and Poor Man's and Omega and whoever else is ghosting us and not responding. Let's see if you're here. Nope. So that's about it. Farley, I will let you know if I plan on selling those, and you will have a great day. I will catch you later. Goodbye. Oh, somebody just came in at the end.